Hello my friends and welcome to today's tarot reading. This is a general daily reading for all signs, but the sign that you're here probably means that there is a special message for you. So thank you so much for joining me today. So today is the 26th of October 2022. It is a Wednesday, the day of Mercury, the day of Vishuddha chakra. I always refer, like whenever I'm talking about Wednesdays, it always seems to go to that chakra. It's really interesting. So then communication is really important. And as I say that, I've got quite a tight scarf around my neck, so I will loosen that. But you know what also comes into mind? I just see that gorgeous blue colour, that kind of like aquary blue. So yeah, really beautiful, beautiful stone that I'm thinking of. There's no major transits today, by the way. But a stone that I'm really thinking of is one called aquapraise. Have any of you heard of it? It's quite a rare stone that's just been found recently, but I managed to get hold of some, and I tell you, it is such an incredible stone to work with. Aquapraise, try it. The energy and the feeling I get when I was wearing it, because I recently made it into a pendant. I make pendants. If you look on my Etsy store, I've got like different pendants for sale. I do have a load more that I need to like take photos of and put them up on sale, so please do check them out if you're interested in getting a little present for yourself. But also yeah, I love making those amulets, and I wear them all as well because it just helps me to wear the wear the gemstones. I do find gemstones do work quite well, and I just love sparkly stones. So yeah, I've got a thing for jewelry. But anyway, enough dribble drabble. Nothing really major, you know. We've just had this eclipse, so we're kind of like sitting in that space. Any of the things that I talked about yesterday in terms of like asserting your goals, you know, stick with them. Review that list in the respect of those questions that I was asking yesterday. And if you didn't see it, check them out. I'm just realizing that the light is a little bit covered because I've got some beautiful flowers here, but it is casting a shadow, so I just hope that you can see. But yeah, like the questions, I'm going to have to go through them and write them out and make sure that I'm just adhering to them on a consistent level, because we've got 6 months, I said yesterday, to kind of review that, which is what the eclipse kind of brought in. So this is all about the transformation of self. So let's support each other and go for it. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say for today, 26th of October 2022. Dear Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective today? And I'm using the Pulp Tarot. So 9 of Cups and 3 of Swords. The Star reversed. The King of Cups. The Magician reversed, the Tower, and the Ace of Wands and the 2 of Cups. Well, I was thinking, is this a relationship or what? And it is. It's a relationship. If it isn't a relationship, this is about you letting go of the dishonest parts of yourself. Page of Wands, yeah. You know, sometimes when we've got a stubbornness that doesn't really look at the most important things that we need to consider about ourselves, you know, that's a big lesson in itself. But there's a real sense of deceit here. I don't know, but I've got a feeling that this has already happened. And you're in the process of healing. I just saw that Ace of Wands. I didn't realise that's what it was. Okay, so if you were in a relationship, somebody that, or this may be somebody that you know, somebody that relied on a kind of sexual way, or a sexual way of being able to communicate with you, and it kind of answered all of your, you know, all of your let's say needs in a way, or what you thought. But really it was a big deception, a massive deception. So somebody may have come to you and tried to embody this King of Cups energy. Or they tried at least to match you. You thought you kind of had like either a, you know, King, Queen of Cups, or you had at least someone, and this could be friends as well, yeah? Someone that had this energy, and they wanted to match you. And then when I meant relationship, it could be also platonic relationship. But you found out some stuff about them, and it's really upset you. Like, it's really left you completely unhopeful. Is that a word? Unhopeful? Yeah. They've not filled you with any hope. Like, you really don't feel hopeful. And I don't think it's in, like, for everybody. I think it's in particular with that person, because this person has just, like, scammed you. It feels like. It's really cold here, so I'm just, like, hugging a cup of tea. So this realization needed to happen, because it almost was a sense of you believing something that wasn't true about someone, you know, but they did weave this kind of like illusion about themselves. And they promised you things that they didn't follow through. But you kind of thought it was a dream come true in the respect of the connection that you had with this person. So, as I said, it could be friends, or it could be a, you know, or it could be a romantic partnership. Swap it around. Another aspect is that something that you thought you wanted and you thought was stabilized actually was a way of fooling yourself into thinking that you did have it stabilized. That could be another thing if you are actually, you know, if what I said before about the relationships doesn't resonate, that could be another aspect of this reading. And it could be having a detrimental effect on your creativity and also your sexual like creativity as well. Something that you thought that you had under control, that you felt that you had done what you felt you wanted. So it's almost like a kind of false shadow work in a way. And the shadow almost deceived you. And there's still an imbalance. Now, I'll be honest with you, the imbalance isn't so big. This is not a big situation. It is a tower moment. But, you know, we've only got 3 major arcana here. And the rest is like kind of, we're near the beginning. Like, you do have the 9 of Cups, but that's more of a wish. But we do have like the King. So there's still a kind of stabilization in your emotions and how you deal with your emotions. So I feel like this is a kind of, I wouldn't say a hiccup, I'd say probably like a mid-range kind of problem that's going on here, that you've realized, and it has hurt you. It has hurt you, that you feel like maybe you're going backwards. You know, you kind of felt that you'd had like a certain sense of momentum with this issue. So what's an example? An example is like how you felt that you were over something. So for example, you were in a social situation and a group of people didn't ask you to go on holiday with them or whatever. And, you know, you were like, oh, it doesn't matter. I'm going to go on holiday by myself, or I'm going to go with other people, and that's going to be amazing. But what happened was that maybe you tried to have a holiday and it didn't work out, or you went and it really wasn't as nice as you thought it was going to be. And then it's kind of highlighted something within yourself that makes you realize that actually the reason why that these people didn't ask you may have been something to do with you. And may have been something to do with an event that you might have taken part in or you have done. And this kind of is like a crash and burn moment. Also, there may be a sense of like these people not really working out in your best interest. But I do feel like this is either somebody that you're dealing close with, like in a one-to-one situation, or I think it may be you. I don't feel that it's you know. And just a disclaimer, right? We are all the magician reversed at times. We all display narcissistic tendencies, narcissistic traits, manipulative traits, all of them. This is part of the beauty of the palette of human nature. So there's no like, I'm not this, I'm not that. You know, we all display that. And I think the embodiment of all of those aspects within ourselves is what really allows us to, you know, embrace our shadow, really. And this is a beautiful exercise in you being able to embrace your shadow with that King of Cups upright and the Nine of Cups upright. It just kind of gives me the impression that you have a real sense of maturity to be able to look at this situation and be like, okay, you know, this is where I wasn't really acting in the way that I could have done, or yeah, here's a point where I could have, you know, acted a bit better, or taking responsibility. That's what I see here, because yeah, taking responsibility, because that King of Cups, Nine of Cups and the Tower, yeah, it could be also that, you know, somebody that you trusted, they've deceived you. I think I said that at the beginning though. That was the first thing that came up. And they may have also, and that was in the relationship sense, like if somebody has deceived you, and they may have tried to fleece you as well for like some kind of money or something, but that's not happened at all, because we haven't got any. So what's really gotten hurt here is the emotions. And it seems like it was possibly a, you know, real, you know, it's what this person wanted to do. They wanted to do that. Not a very nice person at all. Interesting. Let's see what these cards have to say. Okay, we've got two. The Silence and the Scales. So, what goes around comes around, my friends. What goes around comes around. And I felt that anyway with this, particularly with that Tower upright. That Magician reversed, whoever that is, and if it's you, I know you're going to sort it out. I know that this is just a blip. This is just something that's just happening. That's just, because otherwise you wouldn't be here looking at this reading. But for the person that's involved, that, you know, who's done something like this to you, I just feel like they will find out. They will find out. This is very karmic. The Scales and the Silence. It's almost like there's something will come out about them, or something will come out to make them realize what had happened, or a comeuppance will occur, more so, because when you've got certain types of personalities, they don't, you know, the satisfaction of them coming with their tail between their legs and apologizing to you is something that's very, very rare. I don't, you know, the amount of times that people have apologized to me is something that's not, you know, even though I know I'm right. But then I read something today that, like, you know, it's much easier to, what was it? To say sorry to people when you know that they were wrong, rather than when they were right, or something like that. So people are a lot more forgiving towards when they have made mistakes, but when someone else has proved, when they're right, you don't, you know, you say, oh, I'm sorry, you were right about that. That's a very rare thing. So, you know, I wouldn't expect any kind of like major apologies or anything like that. But what I would say is that there is some kind of like comeuppance here. Big time. And I don't know, with my moon, I do like that. I do. Justice. I enjoyed justice. Don't we all? Anyway, my darlings, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did like this reading, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. And also, if you would like a private reading, please get in touch. I have them on Etsy. You can book 30, 60 and 90-minute readings. Okay, my darlings, have a beautiful day and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.